Hello guys, welcome back to another video. We have UFC 278 going down this upcoming weekend. Usman versus Edwards 2. Big matchup for the welterweight division, and we're going to be breaking it down. A lot of fights on these cards. They were recently just reordered, so I do have to reorder this thing. But yeah, it is in order this week for what I know. But yeah, let's get into it immediately. So the first fight on the card is, I don't even know if I should mark down the timestamps for this. It'll probably take too long. Victor Altamirano versus Daniel De Silva. So for this fight, my notes are out of whack too because they reordered it. Altamirano's last fight was a loss to Carlos Hernandez. He has good striking, has good forward pressure with some nice high kicks and some decent takedown defense, but will be taken down by some good grapplers. Daniel De Silva, last fight was a loss to Francisco Figueiredo. His chin is a little iffy. He got knocked out by Jeff Molina, but does have some pretty good jiu-jitsu. Had some really good jiu-jitsu scrambles against Jeff Molina also. Did get caught in a submission against Francisco Figueiredo. But does have some good scrambles. So for this fight, I chose Altamirano. I just can't really trust Daniel De Silva in this fight. In all honesty, I don't necessarily know. Yeah, I think Tapology has. This is in the flyweight division. Tapology has 87% Altamirano. I agree with them. I'm worried about his chin, Daniel De Silva's, and I don't think I can see Altamirano getting subbed. But yeah, let's move on up the card to the bantamweight division. We have Aoriqileng versus Jay Perrin. This fight was very interesting. I actually didn't choose it on my notes this time. I know a lot of people are choosing Aoriqileng, which I completely get. His last fight was a win against Cameron Else. Threw some really good technical punches in some very dirty situations in that fight. So like, it was getting really in the pocket. He was like Cameron Else was going crazy in the pocket, and Aoriqileng was being super tactical. Had some really good head movement, was throwing some nice uppercuts, and throws some really good body punches also, works the body quite a bit. Jay Perrin, last fight was a loss to Mario Batista, had some good combos and solid kicks, works the body and the head, so works the whole body. Both of these guys work the whole body, and has some solid power also. I do think there might be some upset potential in this fight. But I think I am going to, I think I settled it on it. I think I'm going to take Aoriqileng. I think I will choose at least an underdog on this card. Yeah, I'm a little, I don't know. This fight's a little rough. Let's see. What do we got on Tapology? What do they have the score as? 88% Aoriqileng and 12% Perrin. Let's see. What do we got? All right, I'm just going to go look at the reach real quick. 69.3. Okay, so they have very similar reaches, very similar heights, obviously similar weight. Yours are very similar. I don't know. I'm actually gonna say I'm gonna take the underdog here. I'm gonna take Jay Perrin on this. I think I'm gonna take a bunch of underdogs again. Last card it didn't work. I think I'm gonna do it. I made a little it doesn't matter. But yeah, that's the underdog. For the fight, I think I have another underdog later in there and a possible underdog in the last two. So yeah, keep that in mind when going through the card. I am going to take Jay Perrin, though, as the underdog. Pretty good underdog on the card, actually. So, yeah, let's move on up the card to the flyweight division. Is it? Yeah, Amir Albazi versus Francisco Figueiredo. So for this fight, I really needed these to be in order. Amir Albazi, his last fight was a win against Zaglas Zumagula. Good forward pressure, solid striking. Is very technical, and there's a lot of power in his shots. Good head movements, and uses a lot of leg kicks. Figueiredo's last fight was a win against Daniel da Silva. Does have some good jiu-jitsu. Again, like I said earlier, against Daniel da Silva, they had some really good scrambles in there. Figueiredo does have some solid striking and some good grappling, but I am going to be taking Albazi here. I think he is favored, and I will take him. So yeah, that's what I got for that fight. I think that just the striking on the feet is just going to be enough here. Enough head movement, a lot of pressure, so we won't have to worry about being taken down. But yeah, I think he'll just outstrike Figueiredo. Maybe take him out. But yeah, let's move on up the card to the welterweight division. We have AJ Fletcher versus Ange Loosa. This fight, Loosa, last fight was a win against Munir Lazez. I hope I said that right. Likes to work the jab and the body. Is really patient on the feet. I don't think that's good against a guy like Fletcher. In Fletcher's last fight, he lost to Matthew Semmelsberger. He was very impressive in that fight, but Semmelsberger had something else in him that fight and went crazy. Fletcher just has some really good power. Like Semmelsberger was like flipping position on him, and Fletcher's a huge guy too. Fletcher does have some good power. Is a very big dude, good wrestling, solid jiu-jitsu, and trains with Dustin Poirier. But yeah, I think he'll take down Loosa, or I think he can probably strike with him too. But yeah, I'm definitely going Fletcher with this fight. I don't know if they wanted him to lose to Semmelsberger, but it was an amazing fight. But yeah, let's move on up the card to the women's flyweight division. Miranda Maverick versus Shanna Young. So for this fight, I'm going to take Miranda Maverick. She did beat, unofficially, Macy Barber. I think that was robbery of the year. I think that was her first loss, and then lost to Erin Blanchfield, which isn't that bad either. And the one against Sabina Mazo. And then Shanna Young went against Gina Mazzani in her last fight. Lost to Stephanie Egger, who just got subbed really quickly by Mayra Silva. And then lost to Macy Chasson. Macy Chasson's not that bad, but Stephanie Egger is a little questionable loss. But I am going to be taking Miranda Maverick. She's the younger fighter here. Super heavy favorite on Tapology. And yeah, I'm going to be going with her for the fight. Let's move on up the card. Plus, women's MMA is kind of like unpredictable too. So yeah, that's what we're going to go with. Moving on up the card to the men's featherweight division. We have Sean Woodson versus Saldaña. Yeah, so for this fight, Woodson, he's a very lengthy dude. I think he has a pretty big reach advantage in this fight, if I'm not mistaken. He looks like a super long dude. Yeah, he has a 6-inch reach advantage. Oh my goodness. Yeah, he's gonna use his long legs with teeps. Gonna keep Saldaña at distance, and he's not really fast on the feet, but his kicks are gonna be, he's gonna teep, and then move around, punch a couple times. He's not super fast, but he's super defensive too, so he won't get in any trouble. I'm gonna go with him. For Saldaña, he has some good jabbing, good kicks. Woodson does have a 6-inch reach advantage, like I already said, and will make Saldaña have to get close and actually engage pretty hard with them. Like he's going to be kept at distance the whole time, just being poked the whole time. He does have some good grappling, but I don't think he'll be able to take down Woodson. Woodson's a very lengthy guy. Has some pretty solid takedown defense too. So I see Woodson winning this fight. I don't know. I wouldn't call this a lock. Actually, I don't believe in locks, but if there was one, I might put it here, but I'm not too sure. But yeah, let's move on up the card to the women's bantamweight division. Lucie Pudilová versus Yanan Wu. So for this fight, Wu last fight was a loss to Myra Silva. Does have some solid combos with a little bit of power in there. Nothing too crazy though. Oh my goodness, Pudilová. I don't know how to say this name. Pudilová, like without freaking stumbling. Last fight was a win over Carol Aoriqileng. I don't know. She does have some good movement. They're very similar, oddly. Like they like to circle around and just throw weird punches. Do I even have like a I think I put the wrong. Wait, did I put the wrong picture? I don't know if I put the wrong picture in here. But yeah, they're very similar on the feet. I don't. Oh no, this is a picture the UFC gave me actually. Cause I thought, never mind. I'm just being dumb. But yeah, they're super similar. I think it's just gonna be a lot of circling. In all honesty, like they're just gonna circle and jab, 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 jab. I'm gonna go with who did I go with? I'm gonna go with Pudilová. She throws a pretty good jab, so that's basically why I'm going with her. I think there is there a reach advantage in this fight? I believe there might be. Yeah, there's a 1.5 inch reach advantage. Not too much, but I think the jab and straight punches will affect Yanan Wu. She likes to throw a little bit more outside punches, not crazy straight punches, but I do think Shanna will win this. I don't know the odds on this fight. Where are we at? What are they saying the odds are? If we can go through here. So Yanan Wu is a slight underdog here. But yeah, I'm going Shanna. Not Shanna. Oh my god. Lucie Pudilová. Alright. We'll move on up the card to Jared Gordon versus Leonardo Santos in the lightweight division. So for this fight, Gordon's last fight was a loss against Grant Dawson. Has okay wrestling, but ends up getting out wrestled by most opponents. Does have some moments defensively wrestling where he'll end up on top. So like he'll reverse position quite a bit. I think he reversed position against Grant Dawson. So he's not like, the thing is like he knows his stuff. He's just not. He definitely gets out wrestled. Like he's not the best at his grappling, but he'll definitely get out grappled. His striking's okay, but doesn't have any crazy power, or and the technique is not really there. For Flash Gordon, I think that's what his nickname is, Jared Flash Gordon. I don't know. For Leonardo Santos, last fight was against Clay Guida. Has questionable cardio in the later rounds. Of course, the Clay Guida fight was very high paced, but the one before that, I believe, was against. Let me check. Was against Grant Dawson also, and his cardio was a little weird in that fight. But yeah, does have some good takedown defense, so I don't think he'll be taken down by Gordon. But striking is all right, but nothing special. He is a little bit older. I think he's like 42 years old, but he will have a 7-inch reach advantage over Gordon, and is a very, very solid underdog in this fight, which I think I think he can jab his way through there. So Jared Gordon does have a 68-inch reach advantage, and Leonardo Santos has a 75-inch reach advantage. I didn't really choose one on my notes or a winner for this fight on my notes. But I'm gonna see. Here's the thing. The thing is with Santos is so much older that he's like a little slower, but like the reach is so big here, and I can see Jared Gordon like struggling with it. Is the thing. So I'm gonna go with Santos. I'm gonna take another underdog in the fight. But yeah. I do think he's going to be able to keep him at range. Use that jab a little bit more. Straight punches. I'm a little worried if it goes a little bit longer in the fight, but I'm going to take him. But yeah. So I got, moving on up the card, we have up the card in the light heavyweight division, we have Tyson Pedro versus Harry Hunsucker on the main card. So for this fight, Tyson Pedro, his last fight was a win over Ike Villanueva. Was very patient in his last fight, works the whole body, has some good leg and body kicks. Was very quick in his kicks last fight, like extremely quick. Like looked very fresh. He had a long layoff too. Came back and looked pretty well against Ike Villanueva. Again, like I said, very quick. Will have a 4-inch reach advantage in this fight and does have some pretty solid power in his hands. Hunsucker, last fight was a loss to Justin Tafa. I think he got KO'd. Yeah, he did get KO'd. Doesn't deal with power too great. Has powerful hands, but the reach of Pedro will be a big issue here. I think Pedro will be using his kicks quite a bit. We'll keep Hunsucker at range with his hands, and yeah. So I got he throws a jab quite a bit too. That'll keep him at range. So yeah, I'm going with Tyson Pedro here as the winner of that fight. Up the card, we do have Marcin Tybura versus Alexander Romanov now in the heavyweight division. I skipped it earlier, but that was cut out. So Tybura, last fight was against Alexander Volkanovski. Very messy in that fight. Very sloppy. He will have a 3-inch reach advantage in this fight. Yeah, but was really sloppy against Alexander Volkov. Couldn't really get too much out of it. But he did deal with Walt Harris's power pretty well. He's able to tank it and then take down Walt Harris and then just ground and pound him to a victory. He doesn't have great power, but he is a little sloppy with his hands. For Romanov, his last fight was a win against Chase Sherman, where he absolutely freaking threw him around. Has some crazy strength. He picked up Chase Sherman and dropped him on his head. One of them, like he took him down and then picked him up again and just like German suplexed him on his head, and then picked him up again and threw him. Like his crazy stuff. Quick finishes, very powerful. Has some very solid body kicks too. I'm gonna go with Romanov. I believe this is him. They look very similar in their pictures, but I am 100% sure that is him. At least let's hope. If it is not, I am in some deep trouble. Oh wait, this actually. Wait, hold on. Wait, why do these pictures look so similar? Like, oh my god. Let me look up on their UFC website real quick. Their pictures are too similar for me. I think I'm a little stupid. Okay, so I did get it right. It is Romanov. Okay, that's who I thought it was. Don't mind that. Yeah, I'm gonna pick Romanov for this fight. I'm moving up the card to our to the bantamweight division. We got José Aldo versus Merab. I can never get his name right. Dvalishvili. Okay, there we go. Dvalishvili. Merab Dvalishvili. Cool. For this fight, Merab, in his last fight, fought Marlon Moraes, I think about like a year ago. Is a very tough dude. Was able to eat a big giant flurry for Marlon Moraes. I got knocked down a bunch. Came back. Does have some good takedown defense. Does have some solid stand up. He solidified it in the last fight. Has some pretty good power. Throws some good shots. But was able to come back against Marlon Moraes, take him down, and just ground and pound him to a victory. It was a pretty insane fight. A pretty fun fight to watch too. Aldo, last fight was a win over Rob Font, where he outstruck him. I don't know if he outstruck him in the first round, but he outstruck him and grappled him the whole fight, pretty much. Just has some great takedown defense, good kicks to the body, good kicks to the leg. Has some great jabs. Like, he is very, very good. The legend José Aldo. But yeah, the reach in this fight, José Aldo does have 2 inches of reach. I don't know why I switched the pronunciations of his name, but we'll just go with it. Does have a 2-inch reach advantage in this fight. He can keep Merab at distance for all that is. Kick his leg, not get taken down. And yeah, I'm taking José Aldo, especially in a 3-round fight. I'm especially taking him. I think he'll do very well in this fight. And now with Dominic Cruz losing, with Chito Vera winning, because Aldo has a win over Chito Vera. The winner of this fight, I believe, gets the next #1 contender fight. For now, at least. Well, I guess Sean O'Malley versus Yanan. Sean O'Malley wins, he gets the #1 contender fight above Aldo. If Aldo wins and Sean loses, Aldo's the next one in line. So yeah, let's move on up the card to our co-main event of the evening. Paulo Costa versus Luke Rockhold. Yeah. This is such a meme fight in the middleweight division. So of course, Paulo Costa, a very heavy dude. What the hell? Very heavy dude. I heard something move. Very heavy dude. Good grappling, good kicks. Punching, good striking. If it wasn't for the wine, he probably would have done pretty well against Izzy. Luke Rockhold, I don't remember when was the last time he fought. I believe he got KO'd by the legendary Polish power Jan Blachowicz in 2019. So, like, 3 years ago? A very long time ago. I guess he fought in July then, so so 3 years ago. Almost exactly 3 years ago. His chin is very suspect, but does have some pretty crazy kicks. Probably some of the best question mark kicks in the game. I don't know if we really see him use it too much, but he does have some great kicks. Does have some pretty good grappling too. Trains at AKA. But I do think Paulo Costa does win this fight. He is in some great shape this time around. I think he can easily chin Luke Rockhold. He actually, because this is a light heavyweight picture. I was like, this dude, he's looking pretty big in here. Yeah, but I think Paulo Costa can chin him. I don't think Paulo has to worry about grappling. Maybe Luke Rockhold can hurt Paulo Costa with his kicks. I mean, his kicks are pretty crazy, pretty hard, pretty fast. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Paulo Costa here. I think he just chins Rockhold. Maybe the late first round, probably carries on to the second round. But yeah, I'm wondering, is this 5 rounds? Should I look it up? Let me check real quick. It doesn't say anything about 5 rounds, so I'm pretty sure this is. Oh, maybe it is 5 rounds actually. I don't know, but I'm gonna take Paulo Costa either way. I think I think Paulo Costa is going to win. Even if it is 3 rounds or 5 rounds, I'm 100. Pretty solid 5 rounds, but I'm going to take him anyways. So Paulo Costa for the win. Then we move on to our main event of the evening in the welterweight division for the welterweight title. We have Leon Edwards versus Kamaru Usman in a fight that has been anticipated for a while since their first fight. I did break this down probably a couple weeks ago. Yeah, so this is a very hard fight to predict. In general, they haven't fought in a while. Usman changed his styles since then. Obviously, Leon has gone on like a 8 fight win streak since then. So yeah, I know I made the video saying that Leon Edwards. I didn't get the comments in there didn't really clarify too much, but I said I can see Edwards winning this fight on the feet. I think Edwards is a lot better on the feet. I can see him cruising out rounds. I can see him. I think. Well, the thing is, Edwards, I believe, is more technical. Kamaru Usman does have a good jab, but it's not like. I mean, Colby outstruck him for the last 3 rounds of their second fight. I think Kamaru Usman wasn't doing too great against Masvidal. Of course, Masvidal is a pretty solid striker himself. Obviously, he knocked him out, but yeah, I can see Leon Edwards winning this fight without a doubt. He is a big. I don't know what kind of underdog is he right now. He's a plus 280. Oh, it'd be silly not to bet on that. I'm just gonna say that, but I do think dealing with a technical fighter, I think Kamaru Usman will struggle. I can see him losing the first couple rounds, 2, 3 rounds, 4 rounds. I am a little worried about Leon's chin though. That's my thing. I can see, like I said in the previous video, I can see Leon Edwards schooling Kamaru Usman for 2, 3, maybe 4 rounds. I don't know about 4 rounds, but maybe schooling him for that long, and then Kamaru Usman just clocking him and then taking him out cold. Yeah, I'm gonna go like so. This is a little weird, but the whole narrative around Leon is, oh, he's so unlucky. Like, he had this fight, accidentally poked a ball in the eye on 8 fight streak, and no one's giving him a title shot. Fought Nate Diaz, and in the last 40 seconds got wobbled, and now everyone remembers that. What are the odds that Leon Edwards schools Kamaru Usman for a few rounds and then just gets knocked out? That's what I think is going to happen. It's a weird thing to predict. Like, you cannot predict that kind of thing. Like, in all honesty, if I'm betting, I'm going to choose Leon Edwards. Plus 280 is some really good odds. If you don't bet on that, I feel like that'd be weird. I feel like this is a really good matchup against Kamaru Usman. But I do think I'm betting on the fact. This is not like a good way to do this, but I think Kamaru's cardio, not natural. Well, I'm not gonna get into that, but his cardio, he has 5-round cardio. Went with Colby. He has pretty good cardio. But even in the Nate Diaz fight, I feel like Leon was a little gassed. But anyways, I think his cardio in the later rounds, I think, will help him out. I don't think Usman will grapple. Maybe he'll clinch. Maybe he'll be struggling the first couple rounds, try and clinch, and then get Leon Edwards closer, so he can do some more damage. But I just don't think Kamaru is a technical striker. I'm betting. I'm betting that like on my bets, I'm gonna be betting on Leon Edwards to win this fight. But in all honesty, I think Kamaru Usman does win this in like the last couple rounds. I think he KOs Leon. It's a weird thing to bet on, but that's what I think. In all honesty, yeah, I'm gonna say Kamaru. I would not be surprised if Leon Edwards won, though. I'm just going to put that out there. So I'm putting money on. Plus 280 is like why would you not bet on that? I don't know the current Bovada odds right now. Let me look it up. Should be released. What do we got? It's not showing it. That's cool. I think it's showing every fight but the but the Usman Edwards fight, which is very interesting. Maybe they're changing their odds or waiting on some others. I don't know why that's not right now. So let me look at best buy odds. What do we got? Kamaru Usman, yeah. Leon Edwards is plus 270, about plus 280. So yeah, I would not mind betting on Edwards. I just don't think. I think Kamaru gets that one shot that will take him out. But it's a weird thing to bet on. But I think it will happen. But in all honesty, I'm not too crazy about Kamaru's chin either. I think he got wobbled a little bit against Colby, whether people want to admit it or not. I think at the end of what was it, the 4th round? I think he got wobbled by Colby. At the end of the round, it wasn't anything crazy, but he's stumbling enough to get a crowd reaction. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Kamaru here. Very close matchup, very tough. The odds are crazy on this fight. I would bet in now before they get closer, because I think they will get closer, because plus 280 is a little crazy. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time. We will have on Tuesday, Contender Series. So predictions are coming out early morning on Tuesday for the Contender Series. What else? What else news did we get? Yeah. I'll have a video out on Wednesday and Thursday, I'm sure. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys